Alrighty, so back at it. I tipped my sensors a little bit, so hopefully that won't be a problem. Uh, we might have a problem. What the heck? That won't be a problem, right? What the? Surely that won't cause us any problems later, right? Right? Oh yeah. How much longer? So I did that from base camp 1 to 2 in 45 minutes, and it was recommending an hour. So this should take about like 2 hours, basically. Uh, I have a feeling that there's one challenge that will appear. I actually think I mentioned it already. The gigantic overhang. That might slow me down because I'm not going to be going fast like this. I'm going to have to go like that pretty much. And that's even like twice as fast as I'm planning on going, because that's like the hardest part about the climb. Oopsies. So, oh yeah, it is like 5 minutes after 2 o'clock. That's when I'm starting right now. So let's see how long it takes to get to the top, and then I'll take another break for before doing the DLC part, and then another break before doing the moon. If I don't quit. My beef with this map lies at the top of the DLC. So I might not do the moon. It depends on how tired I am. But my arms were getting really tired there for a while. But like since I took a longer break than anticipated, I took like an hour and a half break. Whoopsies. I didn't think it would take so long for me to eat food. Oh well. But I guess that's what happens when you eat like a half a box of fish sticks and then like 2 cups of ice cream. That's that's eating like a ton of food compared to what I'm used to. Also, very unhealthy, incredibly unhealthy compared to what I'm used to doing. I usually eat a lot healthier than that. Ah, my mouth feels like fish. So let's see. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention things that I did while I was taking a little bit of a break. Uh, since I was just resting for the most part, and I did do laundry, but since I was resting, I was watching some videos on YouTube, of course, and I was just clicking random things on my recommended. So, like, hey, Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's pretty cool. Uh, 4 hot takes or something like that. I don't know, not the best video ever, but I'm like Twilight Zone. Gotta click it. And I love Twilight Zone a ton. It was one of the. I had like 50 fucking quote unquote favorite shows when I was a kid, but Twilight Zone I loved a lot, probably more than most of them, because it's a very chill, relaxed kind of show, and I think like shows that are a lot more quiet compared to a lot of other kids at the time. I loved Twilight Zone a bunch. Of course, it is kind of interesting seeing Twilight Zone because it's a black and white show. It shows that were made during that time were very different from what you see nowadays. But yeah, it was nice and chill, so I like that. Why am I so out of breath? I guess I was doing too many things before I started this. Oopsies. Oopsies. Whatever. Have you ever watched any black and white TV shows? If so, what did you watch? I'm curious. I can't think if I've seen any other black and white shows. Um, I mean, of course I have, but which ones did I actually like? Let's see. Oh yeah. Also, there are some videos of talking about personality tests and how they're not the most reliable, obviously, for a bazillion different reasons. But they're good to get you started about thinking about personality stuff about you. But of course, it can only do so much. Because how you view yourself may not be accurate. Same thing with how other people view you. How other people view you, they might not be accurate either. It's hard to tell. And then how you act in one situation, different from another. So yeah, personality tests not the most reliable thing ever. And I think it's kind of impossible to know how someone will act 100% anyways, especially with how people change constantly, all the time, usually in small ways, but it can be changing in bigger ways. I think I might be talking too much. I am getting out of breath really easy right now. Gotta breathe. Breathe. But yeah, when it comes to a personality change, I am definitely not the same person I was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was super elitist and all that such. I mean, I think sometimes it shines through every now and then. Like, when I started this climb, I was calling people lazy. But of course, that was just kind of a joke. That was mostly a joke, because I know people have better things to do than climb this thing. It was mostly a joke. But, part of me feels that way. I've tried to limit how much I do that. Because here's the thing. A lot of the time in video games, I'm used to having to carry people all the time. So, occasionally, the elitist part will come out because I'm just so used to people saying that they'll do something and then either not do it or just do it poorly or even do something worse that makes things harder than if they didn't do anything in the first place. So that happens sometimes. Can make it a little bit hard for me to, which is why I don't do the best in teamwork situations. I'd rather just do it myself. Do the workload of 4 or 5 other people instead of having to constantly explain and re-explain everything to everyone multiple times just for them to ignore what I just suggested, and then they mess up on the particular thing that I warned them about. It's just why do I even bother? But yeah. With that said, though, of course there are people that actually do know what they're doing, and it's pleasant, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck? Someone knows what they're doing? What? And it makes me feel really bad because it's I'm not used to it. Because it's literally 1 out of every 100 times that I'll actually meet someone that actually knows what they're doing. So, and here's the thing about working with people that know what they're doing. You have to do things differently with a team that's doing stuff properly than doing stuff with a team that doesn't know anything. It is completely different. Of course, it depends on what you're doing, but in general, in video games at least, is night and day, the things that you have to do. So yeah. Which is funny because I like playing the healer a lot of the time in video games. And when you're the healer, you get to see all the mistakes that people make. Unless if you have like one of those hybrid classes that has like, yeah, it does have some healing capabilities, but you also can deal damage. Something like that. Why am I so out of breath? I just started. Alright, well, whatever. What else was I talking about? Oh, yeah. And of course, yeah. I don't know if I should continue on that subject. I might get too personal. And be all like, my childhood sucked and all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Because that's the thing. Over time, life has gotten so much better. I'm so happy all the time now. Exercise helps, but there was a shit ton of fucking things going on when I was a kid that made me have a hard time enjoying life. Maybe I'll get into it again, because I don't know how deep I really got into it. I think I grazed the surface of that in like a personal video that I had unlisted, but like I only grazed the surface. But I'll do that another time. For now, I should be talking about other things, more fun things like Vigima games. I can't wait to start working on my avatar after this. After I finish this little challenge. Because my gosh, it's nice to like be able to identify who someone is just by taking a glance at them. But yeah, because right now there's not many people that roam around with this particular Lycanroc model, so I feel like I'm one of the few. Because most people that have a Lycanroc model have like a very custom-made one. For some reason, with thigh-high socks. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Must be some world that I don't know about. I don't know. I probably should be looking around. I haven't looked around at Lycanroc particularly. I was just like, hey, let's get a Pokemon avatar. Hey, people like Pokemon. Who doesn't love Pokemon? So I figure I go grab Lycanroc because I like the way his face looks. The default expression matters a lot when it comes to a Pokemon, because they usually don't change it. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't really mess around with avatars that much. But the ones that I've been using right now are Mr. Lycanroc here, is my main default. Then we got the Evolia I've been using when I've been tired lately for some reason. Then I have Lucario that I usually use for climbing maps, because on most climbing maps you get 2 blue orbs, and I'm like, hey, that looks like the aura. Let's do that with Lucario. So I might record other climbing maps. I don't know. I'm kind of liking just climbing up this mountain and chatting. Even if I don't really have any particular topics off the top of my head, I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. Nothing came to mind. No, just kidding. Yeah. Let's see. What other games are coming out that I'm interested in, but probably won't play? But I still want to talk about them anyways. Luigi's Mansion 3, that looks pretty nice. I've wanted to play the Luigi's Mansion games, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't know if I ever will. And I'm afraid that I'll want to because those are games that want you to 100% it, and it's very easy for you to have to restart the whole game because you missed one thing. So maybe it's a good idea that I don't play those games. I gotta say though, Nintendo Land's Luigi's Mansion thing, oh my gosh, that was a freaking blast. An actual, it's so fun playing the ghost because you can just sneak up on people, pretend that you're about to attack them, but you're not. You're like on the other side of the wall, or you're just slightly out of their reach. It's just fun doing that. And it's even fun playing the regular Luigi characters too, because freaking, it's nice to be spooked. Oh yeah, speaking of being spooked, I'll probably make a video asking people later, but hey, I love horror so much. And it's August right now. Halloween is in 2 months. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, know a spooky map that I can go to or something? Or maybe a spooky game? Let me know. I wanna try it. Because I'm so used to horror at this point that there's not many things that can really scare me. So I would like to see something scare me real good. And then after I make that video, I want to see if I could just test out, just like take a quick glance at the games to see if they're actually any good without actually like playing them. And then see if I can get into it. I'm mainly thinking about maps and VR, but I might look at actual horror games at some point. But yeah, and then I was hoping that, like, during September I'd be looking at that. And then when October comes out, I'd probably be uploading those videos. But I don't know. I'm just afraid to do them sometimes because I don't know if people would want to see me do horror maps if I'm not getting scared. I know. Because I used to do horror stuff. I used to watch horror movies all the time because I hated getting scared. And I wanted to make it so I didn't get scared anymore. Well, mission successful. But, people like seeing the reaction of you getting scared. So, I don't know. I feel like it was all for naught. It was a bad decision on my part. Uh, let's see here. Oh, I want to play Skyrim VR. I've been wanting to play Skyrim for so much. And the reason why I didn't get into Skyrim right away, and for VR, is because I had to go teleport everywhere, and I didn't know if Skyrim had that. Because sliding to move really made me dizzy as heck. But there was one night, I keep forgetting to mention it, but I'll mention it here, but I'll probably say it in some proper video somewhere else, where I had a very sleepy night, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna turn off the comfort thing and not teleport, and I'll just sit in the couch. And then because of that, my tummy did not like me, but it was fine after that. So I was able to quickly uh, stop relying on the teleport to move because of that. I don't know if that would work for other people. At least not quickly, but sitting down while doing it was fine. And I'm not a person that barfs, so my stomach was feeling really bad. But I was so tired I didn't really care. But I like almost never barf. I haven't barfed in I can't remember how long it's been since I've last barfed. Because I usually don't eat junk that's terrible for me. I mean, today is probably the worst I've done. Because of fish sticks and ice cream. That's super bad for me. Oh yeah, is there anything else I should mention? I don't know. Skyrim. I want to play Skyrim. I don't know if I'll ever do like a full playthrough. I mean, well, I mean, I did complete like 3/4 of Skyrim at one point with one file, and then I was gonna do like, because I did all 4 corners except for the southwest corner. So all that stuff I don't know anything about, and so if I ever do another Skyrim playthrough, that's where I'm gonna be going first. If I record, if I don't record, I probably won't go there. But yeah, anything in the southwest, I don't know anything about. It's just College of Winterhold, you gotta go there. And there's the Thieves Guild, gotta go there. And then there's a lot of quests that have you go to Solitude. And there's not many places that want you to go into the southwest area. Wait, am I cheating right now? Fix your mountain. That's kind of the problem with a mountain this big. It's easy for there to be places that you didn't touch up. So, yeah. Oops. Yeah, I definitely went through the mountain. Sure. Why not? We'll go here. Oopsies. Let's see. What else can I say? Oh, that's right. I have Elder Scrolls Online, but I haven't touched it. I had so many people asking me to play it, but I haven't had the time. And it's gonna take forever for me to level up and get to their area. I know levels aren't there anymore, but you know, I gotta complete every single quest I see. And that's gonna take forever. I don't know. I just don't know what like areas I should be hanging out in Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know. I'd rather go to play BattleTech first though, before Elder Scrolls Online. Oh yeah, they announced Elder Scrolls 6, didn't they? Freaking Somerset, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Somerset. Yeah. That's funny that a lot of people were expecting Argonians to be next. That didn't happen. I would have been happy with the Argonian stuff, because, you know, I play Argonians. I'm not a fan of swamps, though, so I'm totally fine with them not doing that. Besides, whenever they do get around to Black Marsh, they'll have better technology for it. Yeah. And if you're curious about my go-to build, yeah, fuck that overhang. Fuck that overhang. I don't want to deal with it. Oh no, not supposed to be here. But yeah, my normal build, or when I play the game, is stealth healer. Doesn't really work that well in practice because the AI is really stupid. That way, so it's like I'll start trying to do stealth stuff at first, and then start healing people when they're around. But after a while, it's like you're just waiting on the NPC too much. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just absolutely just demolish everybody. And of course, it's very easy to default to a stealth archer at some point, because it's like, I just want to get through this area. Because let's be honest, the fucking gameplay in Skyrim, not the greatest. I mean, probably the one-handed and shield thing is probably like the best thing that you'll get. Maybe some spells, but yeah. Being able to shield bash people and block attacks, that's very nice. But that's pretty much as in-depth that you're going to get with the Skyrim combat system. So yeah. I don't know. I don't see myself playing Skyrim anytime soon. Even though I'd like to. So many games I want to play. I haven't played any of the other Elder Scrolls though. I really want to play Morrowind because if you look at like people comparing the games, it seems like Morrowind was really freaking awesome, and then they streamlined it a little bit in Oblivion, and then they really, really streamlined it in Skyrim. Thing is, with Morrowind, apparently you had to go pay attention to what the NPCs were saying, and if you missed a detail, you'd probably be going the wrong way. Instead of like Skyrim, where you have a fucking waypoint. Just follow the arrow. You don't have to pay attention to the world at all. Just follow the arrow. Oh, we're getting close to the overhang already. Neat. Ow. I keep on hitting my hands and controllers together. Ugh, bummer. Now, when I get up to the overhang, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. Because my body is like, hey, how about we make you have to go to the bathroom like 2 minutes after you start? It's just like, body, I just went right before recording. Why do you do this sometimes? So annoying. I don't know. Anywho, Elder Scrolls. I don't know. I think that's pretty much all I can really say about Elder Scrolls. Oh, I do want to do more stuff with vampires though. I don't have the DLC for Skyrim. I bought it when it was just like before they had DLC. So yeah. I don't have access to all the cool Dawnguard stuff or the Dragonborn DLC. Which really sucks because I'm curious about this Miraak, I think his name is called. I'm curious about him. He seems pretty cool. I don't know. He could be an asshole. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. Yeah. All I remember. Well, I remember a lot about Skyrim, but like my favorite thing about Skyrim is Paarthurnax. Being able to just go to the top of a mountain and chill with frickin' Parthenax and just like have him talk about shit. Oh, that was awesome. And I loved his voice. Really hard to believe that Charles Martinet did that voice. The guy that did Mario. I have a hard time believing that. Fuck that overhang. I could have gone over to the side a little bit and then climbed straight up, but I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, Parthenax was my favorite part. So not only did I get an interesting conversation, but it's a fucking dragon. I love dragons. Why do I love dragons so much? I don't fucking know. There was probably like a lot of dragon stuff going on in a lot of TV shows when I was younger. And I can't really think of anything in video games that would make me like dragons, to be honest, surprisingly. The Legendary Wings, there was dragons, and they're kind of cool. But I don't think that would be enough to make me really, really love dragons. I don't know where my love of dragons came from. Probably just all the TV shows I watched when I was a kid. But yeah. There's one quote from Parthenax that I loved a shit ton. What was it? It was basically, would you rather be born good or be born evil and overcome your evil nature through immense effort? And I think that's very interesting to me. Which one would you prefer? Be born good or overcome your evil nature through great effort? I prefer I think the great effort is better because that means you're able to keep on resisting it. Whereas if you're always good, if you get that urge at any point, you won't be able to resist it at all. But you could always take this the other way and be like, hey, fucking, if it's like your normal nature, then wouldn't you have to struggle with it more often, and thus make it more likely for you to do something terrible? I don't know. I think having the determination to change stuff about yourself is more important, because if you can't stay the same person throughout your whole life. That just will never happen. But if you're making an effort to do that sort of thing, then I think that's a bit more. I think that's gonna work out for you better in the long run. I don't know. These are basically like shower thoughts. And I should probably mention one reason why that's so interesting to me. It probably would be strange if I mean, this is a bit on the personal side, and I don't think many people know this about me, but like, when I was a kid, I had like no empathy whatsoever for anyone. I didn't do anything terrible because I'm like, you know what? Doing terrible things just makes everything worse for everyone. There's no reason to do it. So I was never an asshole or anything. I just didn't feel anything when other things were going terrible for other people. I had to learn that shit. And now that I've learned that shit, oh my god, I am such a wimp when it comes to seeing someone else suffer. It's like, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like I had to trigger it somehow. Yeah, go figure, right? Oh my god. Uh, I don't know. Because I mean, probably one of the biggest examples of the no empathy thing would probably just be me hearing people crying and me being like, "That is very noisy. That hurts my ears. Please stop. I don't care what you're crying about. Just stop." But yeah. But now, here I am. If someone feels bad, I'm always there to listen. I want to make you feel good. I want to make you feel right. Whether or not I'll actually be able to do that, I don't know. But I like to be there for people to vent their emotions to from time to time. I should probably do that to vent to other people more often. I don't know. I usually I do the bad thing where it's like I usually forget about it immediately because I'm like, I don't have time to be thinking about this. But that's kind of the thing because when I was a kid, if a depressing thought happened, then I would not be able to stop thinking of that depressing thought. So that's why I do that. God damn it! Keep hitting it. Uh, that's a place to stop up there, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't mean to get somewhat personal there, but I just go about saying random things on this little mountain clip trip. Wait, is that the? Wait, that's not the big overhang, is it? No, that can't be. That's too small to be the big overhang, isn't it? They didn't say that they nerfed it. They did say they nerfed it. I don't know. Please be a place to stop. My body, it's hating me right now. Because I have to use the restroom. Unfortunately, this is terrible. I don't know why my body is like, nah, let's just wait until afterwards. Alright. So, that may not be the nasty overhang that I saw, but that is still a pretty nasty overhang that's going to take some time. So, I'll be right back.